Over the last few years, Israel Adesanya, aka the Last Stylebender, has seen a meteoric rise in popularity and is now one of the biggest names in all of MMA. And obviously, things change a lot when you become a superstar. Fans now gasp at the mere sight of him. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Adesanya's fans holding him hostage. Let's dive in. First off, Adesanya says his fans hold him hostage. Adesanya is the king of the middleweights, and honestly, it really doesn't look like anyone is going to take that title away from him anytime soon. Even though his recent fights have been kind of underwhelming, he's still pretty much dominated anyone he's come across, and you have to admit, that's super impressive. It doesn't matter if he doesn't do it with as much flair as he used to, he's still the best in the business. Another reason he's so popular is that he has a very infectious and charismatic personality, which, let's face it, is extremely important in the industry. But here's the thing, being this huge isn't always good. Take it from the champ himself. He recently posted a picture of him smiling in what appears to be a barber shop and tweeted that he used to just smile at randoms in public, and they'd smile back. But now that he's a global superstar, they just stop him and keep him hostage with their conversations. He then joked and said, "With a smile like this, who wouldn't want to?" While he's obviously kidding around, this raises a very important question. So is it okay for fans to stop celebrities in the streets? Well, the plain and simple answer to that is no. It's not okay for fans to stop celebrities in the street. Everyone deserves the right to go about their lives without being interrupted by strangers. Listen, we get how exciting it can be to see your favorite athlete walking around doing regular human stuff, but that still doesn't give us the right to force them to converse with us. At the end of the day, they're as human as us and deserve to be treated normally. There's nothing wrong with an autograph or a picture, but ensure you're not irritating or bothering them. And let's just say they refuse to interact with you. You have absolutely no right to get angry at them or think they're rude. Sometimes people just don't feel very social, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, next time you see Izzy, just give him a smile and move on. Let him spend his day the way he wants to. And now, what's next for Izzy? We're pretty much certain that Izzy's going to make a permanent shift up to 205 pounds at one point. But right now, his focus is forging a real and lasting legacy for himself at 185. His next challenger is going to be longtime rival Alex Pereira, and their fight is now official for November 12th at the prestigious Madison Square Garden for UFC 281. If you're in New York, please don't miss this one. We guarantee this is going to be a good one. While Pereira hasn't been in the UFC for long, don't forget that the two know each other pretty well. They first faced off in April 2016, and Izzy lost via decision. Then he was viciously knocked out in their March 2017 rematch. Safe to say, there's no lost love between them. Pereira has only 3 wins to his name in the UFC, but he's been so impressive that he's already got a title shot. You could argue that the UFC is kind of rushing this fight, but again, why wouldn't they? Given the personal history between Izzy and Pereira, this fight just makes too much sense. It's marketable, it'll be entertaining, and it has a fascinating story behind it. If you ask us, we believe this should be a pretty easy win for Adesanya. Things have changed a lot since 2016, and now he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the entire promotion. His UFC record is a perfect 12-0, and it doesn't matter how good Pereira is. We don't believe he's this good. Plus, what we keep coming back to is experience. He just hasn't been doing this at this stage for as long as Izzy, and if you've been paying attention, you'd know that's very important here. Dana White was obviously going to okay this fight just because of the hype surrounding Pereira, but we believe most of it is unearned. Still, who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us and hand Izzy his first defeat. One thing's certain, you don't want to miss this fight. We're sure they're going to give us a great show. And now, it's time to move on to some more related news. Other related news. First off, Conor McGregor is headed to Hollywood. Whatever you may think of Conor McGregor, you can't deny that he's one of the biggest reasons the UFC is as big as it is right now. He may not be the best fighter to ever play in the promotion, but he's certainly the one who brought it to the mainstream. And he's always maintained that this isn't the only thing he wants to do. Way back in 2016, the Irishman expressed that he'd like to act in movies once he's done with combat sport. sports. Now, while his professional career may not be over just yet, he's already landed his first role. He'll be playing a significant part in the upcoming remake of the 80s classic Roadhouse. His rep Karen Kessler said Conor's super excited to expand his storied career to Hollywood. She made it clear that while fighting is still his top focus, this is just the beginning of another successful venture in the McGregor empire, and he's eager to start filming. Reportedly, the movie will begin production in August, and shooting will occur in the Dominican Republic. It'll be starring the one and only Jake Gyllenhaal, a former UFC fighter turned club bouncer in the Florida Keys. And honestly, we can't wait. Conor has a very striking personality, and seeing him on the silver screen is definitely going to be fun. Get ready, Hollywood. The Notorious is coming. Next up, Dustin Poirier set to face Michael Chandler. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler at UFC 281 is all but confirmed. Ariel Helwani told the MMA Hour on Monday that this fight is close and likely. Poirier is coming off a loss to Charles Oliveira in his second bid to become the undisputed lightweight champion. At one point, he expressed that he might leave the lightweight division altogether, but some time off has led him back to the division where he's still considered one of the best fighters on the planet. Before this fight, he'd gotten 2 consecutive wins against McGregor, as well as a victory against Dan Hooker. On the other hand, Chandler's last fight was against Tony Ferguson in May. You may remember what happened there. Ferguson got brutally knocked out after a devastating front kick. This incredible highlight reel finish actually got him a Performance of the Night bonus. At UFC 276, Poirier was seen yelling at Chandler while the two made their way to the seats. In a recent appearance at MMA Fighting, Chandler revealed that he didn't really know there was so much animosity between them currently, but he blamed it on Poirier being anxious about his next matchup. Finally, Belal Muhammad slams Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes recently reminded the world why she's one of the best fighters in the world after she defeated Juliana Pena in a lopsided decision victory in the UFC 277 main event. She regained her bantamweight title and is once again a double champ, as she already holds the featherweight title. Following the fight, Pena was battered and covered in blood, and one judge actually scored the bout 50-43 in favor of Nunes. Still, despite being dropped multiple times, Pena didn't give up and continued trying to fight her way back to a win. But after the fight, Nunes says she could have finished Pena much sooner if she wanted to. She claimed that she just didn't do it because she wanted to prove that their first fight wasn't a fluke. But Belal Muhammad didn't agree with her at all. Speaking to his Instagram, he said that Amanda's getting a bit too cocky, and he feels like there were multiple moments during the fight where things could have gone another way. He accused Amanda of lying and said that she just couldn't finish Pena and is now trying to save face. He also expressed that he believes the fight was much closer than people are making it out to be, and pointed out that the Brazilian left the venue on crutches. He believes that Pena deserves a trilogy fight because she won the first one by finishing her opponent while Amanda couldn't. Of course, he has a personal relationship with Juliana because the two trained together, and that's probably why he's saying this. But here's the thing, another fight between the two just doesn't seem likely at the moment. Even Dana said it was a complete shutout, and Amanda was clearly dominated. The way things are looking, Pena will have to win a few more fights to get another shot at the Lioness. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Israel Adesanya's tweet? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.